A U.S. farming giant gets a message 11 stories tall. 2 weeks ago, on a rooftop 11 stories above Sao Paulo, a popular Brazilian street artist, Mondano, sat on an overturned bucket, mixed water, varnish, and ash collected from fires that had ripped through a Brazilian rainforest to create a palette of gray tones, as you can see here. Over the ledge awaited a newly whitewashed 15,000 square foot wall of an elegant apartment building in plain view of the buses and cars heading down a main artery leading to the city center. That evening, he and 5 assistant artists would start painting a massive mural of an indigenous leader, Alessandra Corap, in a scorched Amazonian landscape, holding up a sign urging Cargill, the Minnesota-based agricultural giant, to rid its supply chain of crops grown on recently deforested land. The project is a collaboration with the conservation nonprofit Stand Earth, which is funding the mural as part of a campaign targeting Cargill. The final result is to be officially unveiled on Wednesday, though it's hardly a secret to the supermarket shoppers, passers-by, and those who work in the small shops that surround a parking lot below the mural. "I'm really tired and we have not started yet," said Mondano, whose rarely mentioned first name is Tiago Mondano. Over long days and some nights, Mondano and his assistants worked from 8 suspended scaffolds like the ones window washers use. They used paints made with ash from fires in the Atlantic rainforest in Brazil, mud from floods that destroyed swaths of the southern Brazilian state of Rio Grande do Sul, charcoal from charred Amazonian trees, and clay from drought-plagued river basins across the country. "I'm connecting the droughts and floods and fires because it's all linked," said Mondano, who claims this will be Brazil's largest mural painted with only natural materials, plus a water-based acrylic varnish, a style that has become his trademark. The final step was to fill in the 6-story high sign held in the mural by Miss Corap, a member of the Munduruku tribe, who was praised in Paris State, and it reads, "Stop the destruction," in English and Portuguese, with the hashtag Keep Your Promise. The promise refers to a pledge Cargill made in November 2023, setting 2025 as a deadline to eliminate deforestation and land conversion from its direct and indirect supply chain of soy and other crops in Brazil, Argentina, and Uruguay. Cargill is one of the largest exporters of Brazilian soy. "I want to show an image of our struggle, of this fearless warrior woman," said Ms. Corap, who was one of 6 winners of the prestigious Goldman Environmental Prize in 2023. It says, "We're alive, we're fighting every single day." In an April report, Stand Earth cited 18 companies with confirmed or suspected links to Cargill that have deforested or converted wild land to soy production. The environmental advocacy group covered the mural's cost around $80,000, according to Matthew Jacobson, the Cargill campaign's director. In a statement, Cargill said it was on track to deliver on its commitment to eliminate deforestation in soy supply chains in the region. It also accused Stand Earth of misrepresenting Cargill's work. Of the companies listed in the April report, Cargill said 2 are not in its supply chain, 3 have been removed, and 4 have not done business with Cargill for years. Cargill said it has investigated the others and cleared them of using deforesting land for crops. Earlier this week, Mondano and his crew methodically painted, filmed, and then used brooms and water-filled fire extinguishers to erase 21 versions of the sign, calling out members of the billionaire Cargill Macmillan family, who together control the company. The versions were based on paintings made by members of the Munduruku community at a workshop Munduro held with Ms. Corap in July. They will be delivered by Mr. Jacobson to the Cargill family's homes in the United States. "We see them as the leaders and the driving force of the industry that's most responsible for the destruction of the forest and other landscapes as well, Mr. Jacobson said, noting that Cargill's private ownership avoids accountability to shareholders. Because of the amount of resources the owners have, the idea of putting in place systems to monitor those things is incumbent on them, he said, instead of continuing to profit from the destruction. Cargill more than doubled its profit in Brazil from 2022 to 23, the company reported in April. The campaign is also targeting a long-planned and much-delayed 580-mile railway known as the Ferrogrão, or Grain Rail, which is meant to make it easier to transport agriculture and mining products to the Amazonian river port of Miritituba. Parts of the planned route of the privately financed government project slice through protected lands. Cargill said it was not part of the consortium that was formed to build the railway, but said that increasing transportation capacity while protecting the environment was vital to feeding the world. By last week, the artists at the mural site had their routines down. An artist known as Hulk, whose real name is Andre Franca, a native of Manaus, a city in Amazonas state, grated dried guarana fruit into water to make a natural stimulant commonly used in his region. Daniel Wera smoked a petinga, a ceremonial pipe used by the Guarani people, as he worked with the Sao Paulo region. He said, "I use it so I don't forget why I'm here," he said. "I'm here to represent the forest." 2 sheets of paper displayed over 20 earth and ash tones and their recipes. Monduna sat on a varnish bucket, grating clay collected from a drought-stricken region near Miss Korup's home in Pará State. The resulting shade would be used for the traces of smoke floating by trees in the mural's background. "Is there any Atlantic rainforest left?" said another artist, Andre Firmiano, referring not to the fast-disappearing Brazilian ecosystem, but to the dark gray tone used to outline the trees. "No," said someone, "so let's make some more." Later, Miss Vera and Mr. Hulk hung from one of the 8 scaffolds, adding detail to the feathers that make up Miss Korpa's towering tiara, checking their work against a laminated photo of her, and down below, shoppers and workers regularly looked up curiously and most admiring. "This mural was a gift," said Frankie Medici, 46, who runs the ex-Bull Grill burger stand next to the lot and had grown accustomed to the drab gray paint that preceded the mural. "Customers have taken so many photos and wondering what's going on in the sign," he said. "It will be a jab at someone at the very least." A few shoppers made pointed jokes, wondering if taxpayers' money was financing the art. It was not, and whether the warning to stop the destruction was directed at Brazil's leftist president Luis Lula da Silva. It was not. Miss Korup will not be at the mural's unveiling. She's back home, but plans to visit next month and has already posted drone footage of the in-progress artwork on Instagram. "Whether we are rich or poor, whether we live in the forest or in the city," she said, "if we don't protect our Mother Earth, we will all crumble." And this is from New York Times on DNYUZ. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Finally, support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.